It's a freaking great song. This one is... My sync is off. I really got to fix that so I can actually like groove to stuff and people they like, well, is he really is he really that out of time? Is he really that much of a loser? The answer is yes. Absolutely. If you're out there and you're thinking, man, this guy seems like a bit of a dink, you're absolutely correct. And I have a lot of people that might agree with you. Pow! And you're gonna think I'm a dick after this one. Me and the guys are about to take on the fanboys. Bring it, fanboys. We've got something for you. We did one of these streams back with the release of Archetype Tom Morella. And we're going to do it again. And it's going to be fun. If you want to go to our Instagram, by the way, we have Instagram, by the way. It's absolutely nothing like this. You will see me, not at all. On this channel, you see nothing but me. And on our Instagram, it's actually exactly the opposite. You see none of me, and you see all of everyone else. It's just where I like to feature talented creators that I work with on a daily basis or a monthly basis or a weekly basis, depending on how active they are. And I like to feature their work because they're working hard and they don't have as many subs as most people. I'm not just going to go and share the top YouTubers and the top Instagrammers. I like to share all the people that are down, maybe just working their way up still. We like to share those. Don't get me wrong, I'll share stuff from popular Instagrammers as well. But for the most part, I like to just showcase some of the people you might not normally see. So make sure you follow us on Instagram. However, I will post the occasional meme. And last time when they did Archetype Tom Morello, I did a meme and it caught a little bit of traction when reposted. And it is what it is. Now I'm hearing that the vibe on this is similar. I haven't read it yet, but some of the guys are telling me that the vibe is a little low in Neural fanboy land right now. And I'm here to drink their tears. These are Neural fanboy tears. Delicious. I'm really, if you're taking this seriously, just take it half seriously. We're just fucking around. I'm not that much of a jerk. But if the tone that I'm immediately greeted with sounds that good, okay then. Hi there. That sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty funny. It's a little flubby, which is good. Yeah, I'm not going to buy it either. That's the thing. It doesn't matter how good this is. I'm going to tell you right now. I have all of the tones that are inside here. I either have covered already with something really good, or it's going to be covered by a plugin that's about to come out in about a week. There's a plugin coming out in about a week, folks, that has the greatest clean tones I've ever heard. There's even got people that don't like clean tones saying this thing has amazing clean tones. I cannot wait for you guys. I am going to promote this plugin so much over the fucking holidays that you're going to tune in, and no matter what we're doing, it's going to find a way in because I'm just so excited and hyped about this next release. Now, I'm going to be straight with you. This is not going to be a purchase for me. However, that being said, Neural fanboys need to... I'm going to say one thing off the top. Here's what... Okay, get ready. Here comes a little bit of a... Not a rant, but I'm going to put something out there. Dear fanboys... Let's try that again. Dear Neural DSP fanboys, stop being so fucking short-sighted. Stop thinking about your own goddamn needs all the time. Get outside your own ears and start to try to understand what we like to call business. Now, you know those artists that you guys are always clamoring for, like Devin Townsend and Winter Sun, and they're always, all the big names are always coming up. How do you think Neural DSP affords those big names? By doing plugins like this that eventually grow that grow the company to newer demographics, for starters. And this is a money printing machine. It's just going to come on in. It's going to be a lot of people that are going to buy this plugin that have never purchased a Neural DSP plugin before. That's good for business. This plugin is 169 euros. That's good for business. And you know what's good for business? Money. And when you want about you know where that money can go? That money can go to those artists like Devin Townsend and all those other expensive artists like potentially Megadeth. We've heard rumors of Archetype Megadeth. That would be the dump truck of money that you'd need to get Dave Mustaine in on something like this. You're going to dump truck. That's going to come from the plugin like this. So stop fucking complaining and just go back and reuse something else. Or even crazier, go and find another developer's stuff to enjoy until the next Neural DSP release. I know it sounds crazy. Hang on. I know it sounds insane. But guess what? There are other companies out there making very, very high quality releases that will guarantee take up a lot of your time. And you are going to fall in love with some of these companies if you just get outside the box once in a while. Get yourself STL Tones Amp Hub. That will keep you. Get it. $50. 3 months of subscription service. You get all the goods. Go and get it. Or go back and purchase one of the other Neural DSP plugins that you have not purchased yet. That is the end of that. Let's get into the review, okay? Now, John Mayer is famous for a few things. John Mayer is famous for, number one, guitar. The guy is a fantastic guitar player that can actually almost perfectly emulate tons of different players. He can do Hendrix. He can do Stevie Ray Vaughan. He can do Johnny Land. He can do Kenny Wayne Shepherd. He can do all these different artists. And don't kid yourself, homie can shred too. He just doesn't really do it in his music. Just like you'd see there's plenty of guys out there that can shred that just never do because they're not always out there to prove that they're an amazing guitar player through shred. It's crazy to say this, right? To say this out loud. Sometimes it's about feel. And John Mayer, whether you love him or hate him, I'm on the fence. I've never disliked him, and I've never really been a fan either. Never. However, one thing I am a fan of is his tone. The man has brilliant guitar tone. Brilliant guitar tone. Every step of the way. And he also knows how to dial an amp in really, really, really well. And that's one thing that's very key in plugin situations like this, because there are signature artists out there that cannot dial in more than a fucking digital potato. And when it comes to a real amp, they are way out of their depth because they just don't really use them. And I think there are a couple of neural archetypes that might point to a couple of artists like that, but we're not going to do that today. Okay? This fella here knows how to dial in anything. You put any amp in front of John Mayer and hand him any guitar, and I would bet my car, my house, my cats, my homies, I would bet everything that John Mayer could make it sound good. He just does it. And so yeah, again, I'm not a fan of his music, but I can appreciate tone, and so should you. So this is giving me a nice surf vibe right out of the blocks. We're going to go left to right and have a look at some stuff. We have the Just a Boost. This is a really interesting texture. It almost looks like these pedals have been like landlord painted, you know? If you've ever lived in a really shitty apartment, you currently live in a really shitty apartment. You know what landlord painting looks like. And that's that. Okay. this looks fun. And you can see where some of the finish is wearing off. It looks cool. It's a really unique effect that I like. So aesthetically, very pleasing. I enjoy it. It looks neat. Fun wood grain behind it. The effects look really sharp. They don't look, they don't look one-dimensional at all. They look very like you could almost go side to side and maybe see the side of them. So it's, again, we talk about graphics when somebody goes the extra mile, we like to know. We like to note they have gone the extra mile here. Let's get to the comments for a second, okay? Bias X is getting an update. If you notice, I took that stream down. Partially for two reasons. Just to take a little sidebar. Yeah, I'll play some guitar eventually. You don't like it, just skip ahead. You can't if you're live, though. But just come back in a bit if you want. So I took that video down because there was a big copyright thing in it. And there's one artist I played that I had just added to my list that I didn't realize I was going to get hard nuked for. So they actually blocked the stream from going up to begin with. And I didn't want to edit it out. Everything was just kind of irritating me about it. Plus, I name dropped a couple of YouTubers in it that I really don't want their fans to come back on me and be like, because I was just using names for example. But reality is, I'm going to do another Bias X. I'm going to wait for an update. I'm going to do another Bias X review. I'm going to go over it a little bit less long-winded, but I will briefly explain like what I did last time. Long-time hater. But anyways, I had two reasons I took it down, and I just said, fuck it, I'll do it again. It's fine. If I seem a little amped today, I've just been having kind of these... it's been an up and down day, and I think that I've been also just trying to do too much as of late. So lately I've been more well rested, so I'm pumped. If you'll notice, I was gonna stream yesterday. If you were here for the one, like maybe 45 seconds I jumped on, the lights hit my eyes. I had a bit of a migraine going, and it just intensified it right away. It was a screaming migraine. So I was just like, okay, not today. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to I can't say those two words together. Otherwise I'll get 18 plus. Sorry, I'm not going to overdo it and give myself a severe migraine just to promote a NAM pack. You know what I mean? The Vic audio pack will get something Friday. All right. So right away I'm getting a nice little surf tone. Super nice little surf tone. Can't remember that song. So we have the adjust to boost, and we're going to check this out. That gives a little snoot. And that's more of a goose there. So this is going to be fun. We're going to get into that. The antelope filter. No idea what that is. You guys, if you've got an idea, let me know. The half-man OD. I'm assuming that's an overdrive. The teal breaker. Not sure. Teal breaker. The knobs look like an Ibanez tube screamer from the 70s, 80s. Am I wrong? Do those not look like Ibanez knobs? Fucking knobs! And the millipede delay out front of the amp, not just notably, I wanted to let you know that's out front because typically we see the delays in the back end. So in this case, he's wanting to drive that delay or have it hit the amp as opposed to having the signal hit it out back. He's also going to have something out back here, I'd imagine. Yes, there's a studio verb and dream delay, which has also been landlord painted. Fun look. And the fun knobs. I'm liking the look so far. It's very unique. They give a whole panel to what this guy is, a gravity tank. It's a spring verb, and we're listening to it, I imagine, right now. Oh, that's nice. And oh yeah. Oops, try that again. Damn. I'm going to try this with two guitars, one first half skis. Second half skis is going to be my other Telecaster, my floral Telecaster with a Fishman set of Greg Koch's. And we're going to get that in here and see if a bit of a different sound second way through. So I'm very excited about this plugin for some reason today. I didn't think I was going to be this charged up, but then I read some of the group chat. I was like, oh man, fanboys be fanboying again. Something must be done. Captain Buzzkill to the rescue. So I'm not a fanboy hater. I'm really actually, if anybody that's an intense fanboy of anything, I think needs to just chill. Especially in the amp sim industry, I just don't understand these loyalists that are like, I must only use one developer. It's silly. Why are you only using one developer? There's so many out there. All right, so we're hanging out with Archetype John Mayer, or as I've cheekingly described him as the Archetypes, because there's always so much hype, right? So this is cool. This is your this is spring verb. Reminds me of your average spring verb. There's also a harmonic tremolo. Let's check this out. I'm gonna turn off the spring. And that sounded pretty good. You can't say it's not. It's sounding pretty tight right now. Moving to the amp side now, this is where things get a little bit interesting. They have changed this completely from their usual cup of tea. Now, what I'm seeing here looks more like the old school, if you're not familiar, and you're going to be like, no. If you don't, you got to go back. And if you don't know these plugins, go and have a look and you'll see what I mean. This looks just like vintage amp room from Soft2. What do I mean? Let's go and see if I can find it. Vintage amp room Soft2. And the images. Where's the UI though? Only this one's got it up. The control panel's up top. So this was sort of kind of like this. But the control panel's up top instead of the bottom. So that's immediately what it reminded me of, and that's cool because that I didn't actually mind those UIs. I know people that really didn't like them. The metal amp room one was really ugly. It was like this concrete room at a weird angle, and I don't know. But this one looks pretty cool. Now to switch amps, you're going this, and then you can stack the amp. Oh, you can use all the amps, baby. Oh my goodness gracious! I'm assuming that's a feature of his live setup. Does anybody know which 3 amps are in here before I have to go looking? I won't buy. Okay, so when is it? When isn't it though? How dare they not make some random person's favorite artist? Exactly, right? That's the thing. And then some users are just treating these like video games, and it's this. I mean, I hate to. I'm gonna date myself by saying this, but it definitely seems to be a certain demographic, certain age group, if you will, that's acting this way. And so when anything doesn't get completely perfectly tailored, and you guys can see it especially when it comes to things like movie adaptations of books or movie adaptations of comic books, especially when they see, when these fanboys or fangirls or fan people and these super fans see this movie, or they see, and they see that everything does not align perfectly with their exact the way that in their mind, I've dreamed of it for so long, and it wasn't exactly the way I wanted. you know, and that just seems to be a thing. So they head online and they start just shredding it without even like giving it a chance, because it's not perfectly catered to them. And I think we're running into that a lot these days. But in this particular situation, I think Neural did the right thing, because this is only going to benefit the company. It's going to benefit future releases, and then these fanboys who obviously just want whomever the top biggity bonk 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 players are, the top of the most popular YouTubers and the most popular prog, fusion, genty type players. That seems to be what that demographic really wants. They do, however, also really want Devin Townsend, and so do I. So man, make that happen. Okay, that's where we all align. Also, when they did Rabia, I thought that's a fantastic plugin. That was one of the ones that was like, we want it, but there was overlap. And that's one thing that Neural DSP has to be careful with, is creating overlap. You don't want too many of these signature suites to be basically the same kind of deal, right? You don't want too much overlap, because eventually people are going to start saying, well, I have this one, and this one, and this one, and this one. So what does this one really give me that these ones don't? And this one does give you things that the other ones don't. This one, I have a funny feeling, is actually going to take over the Corey Wong spot for the best clean suite in their lineup. The Tone King is also rad. The Morgan amps, also super rad. So clean tones and edge-of-breakup, more popular than Gent, more popular than, I mean, it's the most popular guitar tone in the history of music. It may be the history of music. Clean tones, edge-of-breakup, dirty. Those are very popular with very huge demographics, and this appeals to many. So, all right, let's get to the next amp. This is obviously a Dumble. Let's go back to that. I had to figure out where it was again. All right. That sounds marvelous. Of course it does. So again, I'm gonna check this Bright out. So the Bright I like on this one a lot. I didn't like it on the last amp as much. It added harsh kind of things right out of the blocks. If you'll notice, it's not technically single coils in this, but this is just a PF, and this is a humbucker from hell. This is more of a single coil sounding humbucker than most, I believe based on the Jimmy Page neck pickup. I could be wrong though. Okay, so if we can tame those a little bit, just bring that back. It's sounding pretty good, guys. Rick Beto just released a video on Neural DSP. Of course he did. Was he shaking his? Was he yelling at the cloud? How's it going, Sharface? Mesorecto, how's everybody doing? This is The Last Knife Fighter, Living Like I'm Dying Today, by the way. And if you've not heard this, it's fantastic. Very much enjoy this song. So that's still a little bit more shrill than I would like. I'm also noticing two inputs here. That's going to be the... Oh man, we're going to have to find a happy medium here. That is fat. It's giant and fat. That's the overdrive channel and normal, I'm assuming. Clean. That sounds beautiful. And I know they attempted the Dumble with the Corey Wong amp, but I just think this one's better. And I know that both those guys have very different demands for tone, but there's probably going to be some crossover there too, as we're seeing with the Dumble here. Also, if you're curious, there's an amp sim from Nembrini Audio that's based on a Dumble. If you're just like, I don't need all this other stuff, I just want a Dumble clone, that's a fantastic. It's based on a Dumble clone, I imagine. I would bet. I think it's called guys, what's it called? Nembrini Audio Super Overdrive, something like that. Dang. There's also the Fooch Audio amp from Brainworks. And there's a few others out there that are based on Dumble clones that sound pretty good. If you don't have the money for this one. First things first, the amp view is strange. It is a bit strange, but I kind of like it at the same time. They didn't need to go and, I mean, they didn't need to go and make the amps all, you know, maybe this was saving money on graphics. I don't know, man. I think it looks cool. I think it's different. Also, what's the cabinet? Like, I don't know anything about this dude's rig at all. All I know is his tone's great. And I know a lot of people lost their marbles when he released that PRS guitar, and it was a certain neck radius or something like that, and he lost, and people were like up in arms over this release, like, how could you release this? And Paul Reed Smith was like, because fucking buy it or don't, man. Like, why complain about stuff like that? Why? I don't understand. Like, why not just don't buy the guitar? I don't get it. Maybe people were just jazzed on every spec. I can see being jazzed on like every single spec possible of a guitar and then just seeing that radius and being like, I know I won't like it. Damn it. Has anybody played a Blue Sky? Is that what that guitar's called? The John Mayer Blue Sky? There's like a cheaper model too, right? There's a PRS SE model, I think, too. This is sounding great. I'm having a kind of a tough time though with this. It's either the bright is too bright. Let's bring the treble way back and try this again. Nope. There's that happy medium. Is there a compressor in here? It does not look like there is a compressor in here, which actually surprises me a little bit. A little bit. We got for cabs, pretty sick mic setup here. What do we got? Oh yeah, full selection of mics as to be expected. Maybe even a bigger selection than normal, which is pretty sick. I like it. I will not need the doubler at any point, nor will I need a transpose with a, like... I can't see needing a actually, wait. Okay, I lied. I can see needing a transpose for this, because you know there's sometimes, if you guys listen to country music at all, sometimes there are these baritone Telecasters that are tuned way down and almost like low down, and you'll hear them behind the music from time to time, and it's tough to find those. They're also very expensive. Not just a baritone Telecaster, but I'd have to look into it a bit more. But these are drop tuned to where it's almost like a twangy bass. And I think I could probably pull that off. Let's see. That's not tracking for me the way I'd like. No, I don't like that. Nope. No. Nope. No, I don't like that. I did not like the way it was tracking for the bending there on the clean, in the clean tones. Anyways, forget it. All right, so if there's anything in this thing that you'd like to see, let me know. If not, also let me know. I see a compressor here now. This has a familiar look. Almost like the, what's it called? The distressor? You know, that's that thing that's called, I think it's called a distressor. All right, let's just compress a little bit. Squash it a little bit. Fun. It's a simple compressor. It works really well. Oh, that sounds lovely. Squash it a bit more here. Sorry, I'm not real quick to the comments today, guys. You can blend them. That's a cool feature. Yeah, I agree. That's going to be fun. We'll get to that, though. This is one of my notes. I think there should have been considerably expanded pedal section. Okay. Dude can make a Roland cube with a Squire sound like a Dumble overdrive. I guarantee he could. And that's where tone is in the hands, but it's also tone is in the players. Tone is a two-way thing. It's partially in the hands, and like you can just tell, like Stevie Ray Vaughan, you could have handed Stevie's guitar to just about anyone and had them play his songs note for note, and they would not have sounded the same at all because of the way he picked everything else. So this is a similar kind of scenario, and this is also John Mayer's ability of just being a complete gearhead. And that's one thing I love about this plugin already, is I know it comes from a real serious analog gearhead, and his dreams of and his, you know, having just worked with a pretty hands-on artist that was very, very particular and did nitpick a lot, but it eventually came out to be a one hell of a plugin because of that. And I believe that in this case, he's got all that experience to where it pushes the company to get real close to an analog sound. And in this case, let's be honest, in the past, the Archetypes have just a bit of a different vibe of modeling than their licensed stuff. Also, Neural DSP, come on. Can we get another licensed gig? Q1? Come on, January, give it to us. Give us like Driftwood. Give us some sort of big collaboration. Flex those muscles. Flex those muscles. Come on, give us something cool. We want it. We need it. We love it. I feel like I'm on fire today. I feel like this is going well. It's a decent stream, although I've played like 6 notes. Anyways, this is sounding good. This is the Dumble, and we're also going to use, what's this guy here? I just haven't seen it yet, but somebody probably already went over exactly which amps these are. It has an extensive collection of very pricey overdrives. It would have been neat to have the ability to swap between several different overdrives. I think there's a few in there, which is pretty cool. He chooses to tour with $500,000 worth of gear. Imagine being his roadies and accidentally dropping one of his amps. Mother. Oh no. Oh no. Whereas you drop a Kemper, you drop a box with a Kemper in it, get a new one. You'll fucking get a new one. As long as you got all your shit backed up, won't matter. You're good. You'll get another one in a few days. You drop a Dumble. That dude's the dude that built those amps built like one a year and like a fucking mountaintop somewhere. And he's now passed on, and the amps are no longer being made. There's so much cool shit out there that's no longer being made because people passed away, man. That's why you never know that if what you have is going to be like something super legit eventually or not. Like I've had pickups. I've had 4 sets of pickups now where the builders and the winders have now passed on. And gosh, I wish I'd never sold any of those pickups. Oh, that sounds so good. Right out of the blocks. Whoa, I didn't like that. Bring that back now. How about the bright? Oh, yeah. Yep. I'm just beating the shit out of my guitar here. I am not being gentle. Let's turn that compressor off and hammer it again to see how it feels. Okay, let's get quiet to loud here again. Now that subtle bit of compression was nice. Hell yeah, brother. This is fun. I didn't expect to like this plugin as much as I do. And I still don't think I'd buy it because I still have things that I think will... I never want to talk. I just felt myself almost talking like that guy that in the decoy voice. Oh, what is it? Man, I like that guy's channel from time to time, but I cannot stand the way he talks. Look at this amp. It's amazing. Yeah, so I'm really, really enjoying this. I did not expect to like this as much as I'd be liking it. And as mentioned, I still have so many amps that do that dirty edge of breakup sound so well. In the comments, let's hear a cheers for your favorite amp that fits, or your favorite plugin rather, that fits into that category. I know Bo's going to have a few things to tell me. Rafita Pepita, how are you? Okay, man, I am way behind. Please let me catch up here, guys. I'm really sorry. All right. I wonder if the website says what the speakers are. Let me check. Teal breaker is possibly a blues breaker. Yeah, probably because it is teal, right? The blues breaker pedal. It's like a greeny blue in the badging. So you could be right on that. Half man is in half horse or centaur. Fine. That would also probably work for me. Weird they wouldn't use like... maybe it's just for space saving as well, right? Wow, the website doesn't tell you anything about the cabs. It says there's 11 mics. Doesn't tell you what cabs or speakers were modeled at all. That totally peeves me. We could just go look though, right? Like, what does he use? What I mean, we could probably make some reasonable assumptions about what's going on under those grills. Wow, okay. Dumble is a steel stringer, I think. Really? Steel stringer? Wait a minute, I'm confusing that with another amp. I thought you meant an amp that was meant for like steel guitar. I was expecting the OD special, but it looks like the steel stringer. JM uses both, and they already did the OD special in the QC, so that makes sense. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. I'm wondering if they actually got to plug their robot into like a real Dumble. Can you imagine? I wonder if they had to, like, if that was the case, and if they did, they got to do that. If they got to plug it into their like fancy AI robot or whatever. I wonder, in that case, if they got to do that, like, did they have to sign some super, super intense waiver? Listen, you're going to plug a bunch of probes into my $1 million amp. Maybe I'm going to get you to sign something just in case, okay? Can you imagine plugging those all in there and then hitting the power or whatever, however the hell it works, and all just being like... just like, I would be fascinated as to what was going to come out of it. That must have been really fun for them to be able to do, is to plug their equipment into literally a piece of history, one of the most valuable amps in the history of amps, if not the most valuable amp in the history of amps. That's pretty amazing. Dude, you should go get a Strat. And the only Strat I have is armed with a Gary Holt, an EMG Gary Holt. I don't play Strats, brother. I play Telecasters that sound like Strats. This one, I think, has that bit of a Strat with humbuckers kind of sound. But I genuinely love the sound of Telecasters way more than I like Strats. Playing them, I've been a Tele guy for a very long time, and that's not going to change. I think people generally fit into, you're either a Tele guy or a Strat guy. I do have a Strat. It doesn't like me very much, and I actually don't like it very much, but it's still here, and I use it once, maybe like twice a year. I'll pull it out. People are complaining that you can get this tone on their other archetypes. Oh, and you can't get every... I'm sorry, but and there's not 100 archetypes already that go bong bong bing bong 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 biddling dong bow bong bong bing bong. Shut up. There's not that pisses me off. Oh, you can go to get all these things. No, you can't. Actually, the Corey Wong plugin is not this good. It's not. It's not this rad. It's good, and I loved it for a very long time. But this one takes the title as the best edge of breakup, easily the best edge of breakup in clean tones I've heard in one of their plugins. Tell me which plugin I'm going to get these tones, because I've already got a bunch of them. And so if you let me know, yes, the Pliny has terrific clean tones, and you might be able to get something reasonably close to that first one. But where are you getting this? Where are you getting this gravity? Where are you getting the harmonic tremolo and the spring reverb like this? Where are you getting all these different pedals? Very few of their plugins have a delay out front, or a compressor after the fact here. Like, I don't really understand this gripe. I think it's just people grasping at straws and being like, just being whiny. Super, super whiny. You know what I mean? Like, take one plugin off from being like, just chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Who did they think it was going to be? That Robbins guy? What's the guy's name? We were talking about it in the group chat. Who came out and said that there was something for that really popular YouTuber, Instagrammer? Because we discussed that and we thought that was going to be the next guy. And then the John Mayer stuff started leaking out about a week ago. And we started hearing and seeing and reading little blurbs and seeing little things and stuff. And John Mayer said something about something a little while back. Silver Sky? So I thought it was a blue sky. I'm thinking the reverb. So I guess... What's going on, Elmyrus? Of course it's you harassing me. The rigs are locked together. Nope. They are not. There's that link button that you can always hit. Sorry, why are you guys looking at my dumb face? It should always be about the plugin, not my ugly, dumb face. All right. There's a post compressor. Yeah, I got there eventually. Missed the last stream and Tyler deleted it. Yeah, don't worry about it. We'll get there. I've had some more time to sit with Bias X as well. I still love it. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I know you guys had said it blows your mind maybe to hear if you weren't here during the stream, but I actually really like Bias X. I hate their other stuff so much, and I think they should discontinue all of it immediately now that they've released this Bias X. That old modeling, by everything they've ever done, they just need to hit the fucking delete button and flush it right down the digital toilet. That new thing that they've done is way better. Way better. AI is going to ruin the amp industry, the amp sim industry eventually, but not yet. Sorry guys, I'm way behind in the comments. There's a post compressor, JM. His fingers are the compressor. Yeah, the dude's, he's so educated, such a fluent player. He's what? He's Berkeley, right? He's a Berkeley guy. Oh, wow. You've got one? Oh, you have one. So I didn't even know you had one. Is that the guitar you were showing in the group chat today? I thought that looked like an RG. Let's hear the Qtron pedal. Sure. Congrats on the wife. Nice. Oh, Myers, it's nice to see you, buddy. It's nice to see you more often. Rockin' music. Nice to see you. Sorry, Rockney music. Nice to see you. Guys, my eyes are also, as mentioned, my eyes are these glasses. My vision has kind of been going, I don't know, if you wear glasses, you'll understand, but like, especially if you're wearing glasses and you're around between 40 and 50, like myself, you'll notice that like your vision will do this, they'll do this, and then all of a sudden it'll just kind of go, whoop. And the last 2 months, my eyes have gotten considerably worse, and I'm getting some pretty bad headaches. I've got an appointment coming up for some new glasses and such, but for now, I'm squinting like a motherfucker at these comments. I want to pull this out to where you guys can't see it. If you guys can see it, let me know, and I'll move it out of the way. I think you guys probably see it, though. Shit. All right, move back a bit. Hold on a second. Personally for me, so far, Amp 2 with Cap 3 is your jam. Sounds great with the Les Paul Custom. Nice. Once I see in concert, the stage guy dropped an SG and headstock break so bad it ended up hanging from the strings. Dimebag did that once. Remember that part of the Vulgar videos where Dimebag's ripping the literal piss out of that solo and he's got the headstock hanging from the strings behind the lock nut? That might have been one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. I don't think the tuning held for very long after that, but man, you might as well rip the living hell out of that and get that really good vibe. But the dude did. Most dudes are going to break that headstock and look to their guitar tech immediately. Dime? Nah. I'm going to finish this song and then give you my guitar that has the headstock broken off. And he's still... Come on. We didn't do a Dime stream this year, and I'm sorry. I was really upset that we didn't get to do one. I completely forgot. I remember thinking it was coming up, and it was coming up, and it was coming up. The anniversary of course, his passing, and I totally duffed it, and I felt bad. 8 to 10 people in the house. How's it going? My name is T. I would call myself T today, and welcome to the Amp Sim Show, episode 185. We've got a bunch of these in the past. My missus is out currently, trying to upgrade her career from accountant to super accountant, and I'm gonna have to give her some claps when she gets home because she's literally been busting her ass. So I'm gonna get a nice tone here, and then I'm gonna go farting around with these pedals. Second half, as mentioned. Second half is now. So I'm gonna, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do another stream with another guitar another time. I like this tone I'm getting right now, so I think I'm just gonna stick with it. Crazy to say this, but my Telecaster's over there charging right now. It has the USB charger for the Greg Koch set. I really kind of wanted it to use it today rather. You guys, fine. You guys pick. Am I going to continue with this guy here, which is getting us some pretty nice tones? I'm going to be, I don't really want to change it because these overdrive pedals might not shine. Actually, no, fucking. You don't get to choose. Next Tuesday, though, the Floral's coming out, and we'll use this plugin along with some other stuff. I'm going to put this will be this plugin and a couple of plugins from Universal Audio. I'm going to ask in the chat, has anybody tried that Universal Audio Paradise Guitar Suite or whatever it's called? I'm curious. Let me know how it is. Cab 3 I assume is his G12 65 212. Pressing the model maps. Hey, I got to the bottom of I finally got to the bottom of the comments. Neural DSP is pretty big company. $1 million, probably not that significant to them. I disagree with you. After they did the quad cortex and how much money went into the quad cortex and how much money they probably had to, again, this is just speculation. I don't know anything about their inner workings. I just know that when most companies want to do a huge thing, usually that huge thing involves a bank loan, and a huge bank loan. And again, not speculating. I don't know anything. I just want to preface that. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. I don't talk to anybody there. We don't get NFRs from them at all. That's why I'm not thanking them today, because they didn't give me shit. This is a trial. I'll just use it and move along. And this is one that's going to go on my list, though. However, I know that Fuse Audio Labs is about to unleash an absolute beast of a clean beast. There's so many great cleanups already. It's gonna go on my list for the next time there's a sale, though, because I do like it so far. Can you just turn on the accessibility option for almost blind people? That should help. Shut up. Hold up. The Tosin Abasi signature 8-string is on John Mayer's equip board. Yeah, he actually uses a bunch of fucking weird guitars, man. You have to remember, equip board is not necessarily all stuff he's used live or in a studio. It's all, even if he was seen playing it at NAMM, someone's going to be like, oh, I'm going to put it on equip board now. That might be all the extent of it. He might have played it at NAMM or played it in a video with Tosin or something. Maybe they switched guitars in a video. Maybe Tosin gave him one and he did a video with it on his Instagram or something. We also know he's a metal guy. Do you guys not remember, or am I crazy? Am I crazy, or did John Mayer at one point not play a Jackson live? Do you guys remember seeing that picture of him playing like it was like a Jackson DK or something? I don't know. Maybe I'm nuts. He played some really metal guitars live for like some reason. And also there's a video of him doing some like super neoclassical shred stuff that will blow your mind. So if you're one of those neural fanboys that gets excited about those dudes that do neoclassical, nothing but neoclassical sweeps when they're sitting in the big gaming chair and with the rope lighting and stuff, then guess what? Just go look at the video of John Mayer shredding. At least maybe you'll get some respect that way. I don't know. By the way, neoclassical shredding is awesome. I could listen to it all day. All right. Post pics of the silver sky in the group chat when I get a chance. It's a Pelham blue with a maple fingerboard. What kind of claps are we talking about? Claps? What claps? I tried it. It's shit. You tried what? It's shit. This plugin? What did you try? I'm a little behind. My favorite clean amp is that one we can't talk about until it drops soon. Yeah, we're gonna talk about it though, buddy. And I'm gonna be doing the pre-release, get everybody excited as soon as I find out whichever friggin' day that it comes out, because we have yet to really nail that down. And also, we are gonna have a guest. The biggest guest we've ever had on this channel will be here within the next week or so. I just have to figure out the day. He's going to be with us on release day, and I have his word. He said he's going to come on this channel in our chat. The biggest guest we've ever had. My favorite guitar player, my favorite modern shredder of all time. Well, I would say my top 5 shredders of all time. And a hell of an influence on a lot of my metal playing. I don't play lead nearly as well, but he'll be in the chat answering some of your questions. And it kind of sucks because I can't really talk about the artist without giving away the plugin. So I can't really promote it other than telling you guys very soon we are going to have a very, very big artist on with us. And I can't wait. I think it's either made in USA or... the claps part is, you were telling you have to... Fucking O'Myers is on fire tonight. This sounds so good. How can you use this and say you're not at least sort of excited about it? Gee, so, all right, let's use this. Oh, sounds so good. Lots of A chords today, folks. Holy shit, this sounds good. Let's try out the half man. Yeah, that's definitely a centaur. And the knobs too. I should have just looked at that and said the knobs. Fucking knobs! And this one looks like 2 different pedals though. This looks like a TS. Ah! Oh! Oh! It's a morphing pedal. Cool shit, man. They're like, we don't have enough room for both. And then John Mayer's like, what about a switch that just morphs the pedal? And pow. Now, we get to number the second thing. The boys brought it up, so I'm just going to say we talk about the group chat. The second thing that John Mayer has to be, I'm sorry, I mean, I know there's a lot of dudes in here, but even if we do have really any of our subscribers can probably appreciate this. But John Mayer is also known for his astounding body count. Body count. Body count. Body count. I mean, the names were flying through our group chat, and I'm just like, wait, all of those people? Really? All of the... What? Anyways, the morphing pedal here is rad. Now we know Blues Breaker. Tube Screamer. BBTS. Nice. Now I'm going to use the Blues Breaker for sure. Oh, yay! That sounds so good. Ooh, that was a nice little... It's ugly, but like it worked in that moment. Man, this sounds superb. This is the other pickup. And then, of course, the middle position. I just love every time I put it in the middle position of something, I have to play Hot for Teacher, or at least struggle my way through it. And I do the same. I fuck it up the same way, and I always try to fix it for a couple of seconds before realizing that I'm not really good at playing that riff. I hate playing riffs and butchering them. That's why I don't do a lot of actual like bands riffs, because I hate butchering riffs. And if it's not something I've played in a while, like guys, I know how to play a lot of songs, lots of songs, but I just don't want to do a disservice to the artist by just fumbling my way through it. And I hate those fucking neckbeards that are like, you played it wrong. I'm gonna tell him he played it wrong. It's definitely not like that. Yet they never seem to have a YouTube channel of their own. If you play it so good, Neckbeard, why don't you get yourself a channel so I can judge you? Speaking of Neckbeard, if you wonder why I've got this going on right now, I'm actually trying to grow the homeless beard again. If you watched any of the content years ago, I had a homeless beard. During COVID, I had this bad homeless beard, and yeah. Anyways, long story short, the homeless beard's coming back because I lost the bet at work. Do I know? Lay it down? No. I used to know round and round though. Round and round. Oh my God, with the give it time. Round and round. Where like Warren DeMartini or DeMartini or Bobby DeMartini, that guy, like the solo that he's playing in the video is absolutely nothing like the actual solo. Like, did no one tap him and say, hey man, like kind of a video. So like, do you think you could like play it note for note if we're going to do like the camera right on you? Just like, cause you're pretty good at guitar and all that. So like, we want to show the real notes. And he's just like, what? This is like, ow. Yeah, I'm just muddling my way through hell today. Sorry I was on so late today, guys. Just a hell of a day getting home. All right, and Antelope Filter. Yeah, yes it is. Nice. That's fun. Change it. Nice. Nope. Like the other way. Kind of surprised not to see an octaver in here. I was sort of like, I don't know if he actually uses one, but it kind of sort of seems like that kind of suite where you'd almost probably see one. Lots of overdrive in here, and we used a bunch of it. I'm going to take a quick break, and I'm going to come back at you guys, and we're going to go for, I don't know, do whatever until we're done and talk about this all that much more. It's a fun plugin to discuss because this is an artist that 5 years ago, nobody. I'll tell you another thing real quick. This is an artist that 5 years ago, nobody would have expected would ever have had a plugin. Nah, he's not the digital guy. He's not going to use it. It's not going to happen. But I'll tell you why. Another reason why this plugin is super good for all the fanboys out there of any company. Doesn't matter which company you're a fan of, whether it's Aurora DSP, Wavemind, STL Tones, Audiority, Polychrome DSP, Brainworks, and the list goes on. Doesn't matter which one. If they're doing signature stuff, I'll tell you why this is a big fucking deal. Because this is one of the highest profile artists to ever do a plugin. And that is going to speak to a lot of other high profile artists that don't have a plugin yet, but are now seeing John Mayer doing one and saying, maybe it's finally my time to get in on this. And you know, every band, every popular artist on earth has got at least one request from a software company to do a plugin. Whether you're Metallica or Megadeth, or doesn't matter how big you are, how small, every popular guitar player or band out there has those offers and has declined or let it sit on the back burner. Now, this release is going to kickstart a whole bunch of those artists that might have just had it burning on the back burner to take that and put it on a front burner and then on a list. And then it becomes, hey, agent, hey, manager, remember that company that reached out to us about that plugin thing? Can you get in touch with those people and see maybe what maybe we can talk? Or can you get a hold of this Neural DSP company to maybe do ours as well? Whichever, it's good for us as the average user. Is it not? Discuss. I'll be back 2 or 3 minutes. Thank you for being here. Like and subscribe. You guys know I love you all for being here, though. See you in a few. Oops. Hi, everybody. How's it going? I am back with the Terror 2000 attack. And this is Tallulah. This is my late 90s. I believe it was, early 90s. Is it early 90s? Early to mid 90s. I can't exactly remember when these came out. This is the Japanese, made in Japan, Fender Telecaster floral reissue. And this guitar has a very interesting story. Kind of a funny story. It was in a local guitar shop for a very long time. Such a long time that it went from being the most funny guitar I'd ever seen. Every time we went into this music store, we'd look at like the coolest guitars we could find, and we'd make fun of this guitar because it's got fucking flowers on it, pink ones. And eventually this guitar just kind of became just like a local legend. It sat at this guitar store forever. Nobody wanted it. And then about 12 years ago or so, I think it's about 12 years ago, I went and bought it. I made the offer. I made the owner an offer he could not refuse, and I took it home. And this it has different pickups in it though. This has the Greg Koch Fishman Gristle Master Telecaster set, I believe it's called. And we're going to use this guitar for the rest of the street. Sounds wonderful to me, anyways. It's got two voices. This is then it's got this voice. And I do very much enjoy this guitar. I just don't get a chance to show it off here as much as I would like. Lance's The Last Dance with Mary Jane. You can tell it's a TS10 by the knobs. I almost hear Bon Scott voice in the background. The Lay It Down riff is sick. All right, let's go listen to it. Rat. Lay. Ah. Whoa, 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 whoa. What was all that? Lay It Down. Let's go listen to it. Oh, this song, yeah. Oh. I'm going to learn it. Oh, what a riff. Yes, I remember it now. I listened to this song so much when I was a kid. It's another guilty pleasure band for me was Rat. I'll be honest, they've got some good songs. Nice. True story, a band that I was in got to open for Rat and LA Guns. A band I subbed in on drums. I wish I could. I know there's footage of it, but I wouldn't want to be sure. There was also a Canadian band called shit. I can't remember. That's not the band name. Wouldn't that be awesome to call your band shit? Got to be a band name. Let's go listen to that riff one more time. That's finger picking, eh? Is that finger picking in there? That's finger picking in there. It's hybrid picking for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna have to learn this now. Shit. Damn it. I'm gonna go on a hair metal learning binge. Where's Rudy? I just said hair metal. Then Rudy's gonna be like, what's that? Someone say hair metal. Is he here? Anyways, guys, thanks for being here. This is fun. I'm having a good time. You guys probably less of a good time listening to me ramble, but this is a fun stream so far. Where's that? Hold on. It'd be a bar chord, eh? Damn it, what's the first chord in Last Dance of Mary Jane? Here's the middle position for this particular set. I really like the way this pickup set sounds. It's the by far the greatest set of Fishman I've ever tried. This and the Mick Thompson set. I just happen to really, really like the Mick Thompson set in the guitar that I put it in as well. So, but this set will go down as the greatest set from Fishman, hands down. There's no comparison. This sounds. Somebody handed me this guitar and just said play it, and I looked at it, and I wouldn't notice. I just would not know there's an active set of pickups in this guitar. It sounds so much like a passive set. So great job on these to Fishman and Greg Koch. I don't know what you call him. I'm going to go watch one of his videos again. And how does he pronounce it? Greg Koch? It's not cock. I refuse to believe that. It's not. I'm not doing anything crazy with the EQ. Oh, maybe he is. Hold on. Let's turn this off and find out. So here's the thing. Like, John Mayer is also the type of guy where, like, to dial this thing in right, he probably had his guitar, his on-tour guitar tech working, at least some part of the way with Neural DSP. He probably had a producer in there, probably had some sort of like amp wizard. He's got so much money that like all of that's possible, which is so sick. I mean, like, this plugin is really fun. I didn't really expect this. I didn't expect to enjoy it nearly as much as I am. All right, let's see all 3 amps. Stacked. Smooth Operator, Headroom Hero, Signature 83. What's all that? That sounds great. I don't really have anything. Oh, it's a studio verb. We're going to get a little bit more of this verb in here. Nice sound. All right, let's try that again. Kick ass, Seabass. Kick ass. Having a great time today. In a great mood all of a sudden. Thanks for this. This really improved my mood. Improved my mood immensely. Immensely. After my headache subsided yesterday, I played like several hours of Red Dead Redemption. And I intend to play that game all the way through my holidays, baby. Woo! Let's hear cheers. Also, I know this may seem a little interesting to some of you, but around this channel, we support a wrestler. His name is Joe Hendry. Damn it, I didn't have it queued. Hold on. You might as well put on the song while I'm talking about him. Where is it? Oh, come on. It's like so. There it is. If you're not familiar with Joe Hendry, he's a wrestler, also a musician, sings and does his own theme music, he's very creative, plays a hell of a guitar, actually. Plays his own solo. And he's recently working his way up. He was at WrestleMania last year and worked his way into John Cena's final evening. And it was a super fun spot with a guy named R-Truth. So if you're not into wrestling, that's fine. But you should go watch the spot. It's from this past weekend with The Miz and R-Truth. And it's a wonderful, hilarious spot. Super fun. You will laugh, whether you know this wrestler or not. And it's the cool thing about him is that he has come from literally nothing. The guy was wrestling, arena shows in small towns in Scotland and UK and everything else. And all of a sudden, he's way up. The guy has literally worked super hard. So I can appreciate anybody that does that in any competitive career, any competitive, whether it's a sport or even the amp sim industry, for example. And so cheers to him. Cheers to him on that. And I know at least one plugin developer that made him an offer for a plugin. Would you want to do like an amp sim with us with like your face on it and stuff? It'd be fucking awesome. And unfortunately, his management said he's really not interested and was too busy for something like that. That's cool. But at least it was offered. So yeah, this delay, let's check this out. It's set really nice already. I'm just going to bring a bit of the mix in. I like the timing of it. So I'm going to go for some more gain and sustain here with, let's bring this up a tiny bit. Now I want some like, oh, wait a minute. Let's go here. Let's turn on the blues breaker. Here we are. Oh, fucked that up pretty good. Either way, it's a nice, soulful. Let's see if we can't get a little bit more sustain out of that, though. I'm just going to up the gain on the pedal a little bit here. That's kind of nice, yeah. No, I'm not just not practiced enough. All right, let's tune this up. So I'm hoping you guys are having a wonderful day. I am pushing up on my holidays here, and I'm very excited about getting some time off to myself. I know that sounds sad. Everyone's like, oh, Christmas is about family. And then people are telling me like they're spending literally every single solitary moment of their holidays with their family, and they're doing all this crazy shit. That sounds absolutely terrible to me. I'm just gonna be out there with that. It sounds terrible to me. I just want to just chill at home and hang out and get work done and stream with you guys and see my family for just a short time. Love my family, but not the best blues player, but I can bullshit my way through some stuff from time to time. And that sounds really good. And one thing I really like about this versus the Corey Wong plugin, for example, is that the dynamic range and the note response and the note articulation and the warmth and just the punch and everything to do with the response of all of these amps is just really, really inviting and doesn't sound plastic or cardboardy at all. Not to say that the Corey Wong plugin sounds cardboardy, plasticky at all. I just find that one has less response, even in the X version, has a bit less response than this fella right here. This plugin is really good. And if this plugin sucked, it would not have done anything good. All of the good things we talked about. Every one of those good things that we just spoke about. All those things that we just talked about. Every single one of them. If this plugin sucked, it would be the exact opposite reaction to all of those things. So you know that Neural DSP went into this knowing full well that, hey, if we do this, we have to crush it in every way, shape, and form. The Misha plugin, didn't really go over quite as well with basically, I don't know. A lot of people really like it, and from what I'm reading, a lot of people didn't really like it. So this one, I think there are going to be people that don't like that it exists instead of, Archetype, my favorite artist. But I don't think there's anybody that can possibly use this plugin and say it sucks. I can't see it. I honestly can't. I can't really see anybody trying this and saying that this is balls. Like, this doesn't sound good at all. I can't see it. I really can't. And if you're that person, we got to talk, because I've used two guitars, very different guitars, even though they're both Telecasters. The pickup configuration and the pickups that are in them are very different sounding pickups, and these guitars do sound different. They play different. Everything about them is different, and it really showcases that whether you're a humbucker player or a single coil player, this is going to sound really good. So don't think that this is one of those plugins that's designed just for, Strat players or anything like that. This is something you can plug a Les Paul into, something you can plug just about anything into, barring maybe like an EMG 8185 combination. I don't know that you're going to get what you want out of this purchase. I don't think this is going to be for you. However, if you have an EMG Tele or a Strat set, you can probably get some really nice tones, because those pickups are also very solid. Please stack the overdrives. Deal. Sounds good to me. I don't want to stack the amps anymore for that, so I'm going to let's stack the overdrives. Which ones would you like me to stake? I'm going to be careful with the gain and the level when stacking, so let's stack these two bad boys right here. All right, let's see what we got. The delay is really nice, by the way. The studio verb is really fun. Let's go like dry though here. Yeah. Shut up. Let's get it a little bit drier than what we're used to. I do have a bit of a room verb on, as you guys are aware, in my channel here. I use the Melda as about 6% of it in my chain at all times, just so I'm very transparent with what you guys are hearing in the signal chain. If you do hear just a tiny bit of verb still there, it's very faint, and it's just because I have an allergy to listening to dry guitars in headphones. It sounds awful to me. Talking like decoy voice again. It sounds awful to me. But then when I did this, and then that, blah, blah, blee, blue, blah, 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 blah. All right. So anyways, you know what? Just because there's 6 people in here, let's see some answers. Who would you like to have the next Archetype plugin? Let's just, for funskies, you get 2. You get 2 guesses / okay, no, you get a guess, and then like your dream artist to have your dream plugin. Okay? I would say for me, if I had a guess, I'm going to guess the next Archetype will be Devin Townsend. And, I also heard rumors that Michael Ackerfeld was working on a plugin. That's not through any company I work for or anything like that. I just heard rumors that there was some plugin. There was a significant amount of plugins sent to a certain guitar tech. These things occasionally squeak by. I don't know which developer though. I just was told that some plugins were sent over and a plugin rig was sort of erected to test some things. I don't know if it's Michael Ackerfeld specifically though. Could be anything. But I did hear that. But could it be Neural DSP? We may never know. Anyways, however, my dream artist, answering my own question like so I'm being interviewed. My dream artist for an archetype. In the plausible range, I've already just gone in the plausible range of Devin Townsend. That's also another dream artist for me to see a plugin. And I do know that he's had at least 1 or 2 offers thrown his way because I saw one of them and nothing came of it, obviously. But you know what? You miss 100% of the shots you never take. So if you're an AR guy, why not just fire off emails to the people you're interested in? If nothing, if worst case scenario, they go down the pisser. And they never go, or they never get seen because they don't make it past like the second insulated bit of like management. No, they would hate this idea. The deal's not good enough. I'm not even going to bring that shit to him. That kind of stuff. But within realm of possibilities or impossible, I would love to see. I would like to see. And this is going to sound maybe cheesy. But I kind of wouldn't mind seeing an Ola Englund suite. I'm not necessarily the hugest fan of his or anything like that. I follow him. I always have. And I'm fond of his stuff and all that. I just think he's never done a plugin. And I think his plugin, having used so many plugins and with his tone ideals lining up with mine on a number of scales, I think that would come out amazing. The other dream artist that I would have noted there for an Archetype plugin is about to release a plugin with not Neural DSP. So that dream artist is about, that bucket list artist is about to get crossed off the list. And then I can, go move on to the next secret plugin that we'll be working on. Scotty in, thank you very much. Funny, we were just talking about you, Rudy. We listened to Rat and we're like, is Rudy here? And then there you are. Say his name and he appears. I believe in Rudy Castillo. Dun, dun. All right. So we're stacking some overdrives here. Let's stack them with a little bit more oomph. Wow. No. So, stacked with that one. Stacked with that one, a little bit less cool. Not as cool at all. However, let's do this. Sounds pretty awesome. Let's try this again. It's a song I've been working on. It's a riff I've been working on for a number of years. And I play it a lot at home, but I want to get it super fast. And I don't play it enough, though. So I got to start playing that riff more. I got to start playing more freaking guitar instead of just sitting around on my freaking ass playing video games. Sounds pretty good. I don't like it as much with the Dumble as I like it with this, though. Oh, Amp 3 is my jam in this plugin for the distorted and edge-of-breakup and a little bit fucking moving up. This Amp 3... with the half man and the blues breaker here. Ooh-wee. Amazing. Sounds terrific. Tyler, question. Do you know a guy with that name? I'm just kidding. Yeah, always ask me questions, dude. You don't have to ask me to ask questions. Just ask. Nah, it's not hybrid. There's a big stretch, but there are ways to play it in open position. Oh, really? Hence the... Oh, it is cock. What? See you, Bo. I didn't know Bo left. Sorry, dude. Oh, man. OT. I've been through a lot of OT sessions, so I know what that's about. Tough stuff. Really tough stuff. That's really tough. I think technology is going to make lots of good amp sims from now on. I don't know, man. There's a lot of shit coming out. There are more shitty amp sims coming out right now to rob you of your money than, man, there's so many coming out right now. Just so many of them. And whether they're, using NAM under the hood without telling you, or they're using EQ instead of actually using, making real IRs, and there's so much stuff like that. There are a lot of crap coming out. So, and you know what you'll never see on this channel? You'll never, ever, ever, ever see crap. And I'll tell you 2 reasons. One, because I'll just never, ever try to sell you guys something I don't believe in, and that we as a team don't believe in. If even one person on this team absolutely hates something to the point where, like, and all of us are just like, well, we love it, and this person hates it, I'm definitely going to come on here with a mixed opinion. If something, most of the time, most of the stuff that we throw onto the channel here, we all support it as a group, and it's just one of those things where we will never try to sell you garbage. Anything you see on this channel, we believe as a team of 10 plus people is a great product in some way, shape, or form, or a very good product. Sometimes I've done streams a little without doing trials, and I've been bamboozled by a developer that I normally trust, and been like, okay, first impressions, jumping in, and there's been a few streams, and all of those have been since deleted. If there's ever a stream where I'm struggling to get tone, I'll just tell you guys straight up. I'm struggling, and after this, I'm just going to delete it because I don't believe in having super negative content on this channel. I prefer to just promote and give all of my time to promoting the good stuff so that you guys don't get ripped off, okay? That's where I like to kind of sit, where we as a team would never, ever want to steer any of you guys to buying something that completely sucked. So this does not suck. And in fact, I'm just so surprised that this is as good as it is, even though I shouldn't be, because John Mayer plus Neural DSP, you just know that's going to probably make a good product. But then I thought that about the John Petrucci plugin as well, and I didn't really like that plugin as much as some of the others. Although I thought it was good. I just thought maybe there were things about it. I don't know. You guys be the judge. What's up, Deaf Cat? What's up, dude? How are you? You trying to say hi? This is the Deaf Cat. His name is Brimir, like the band. What's up, dude? How are you? Yeah. Anyways, now that's Brimir. He's like I said, he's deaf. He's the one that you guys hear all the time with the ball. This is the culprit right here. This is the adorable little culprit. He's deaf and he doesn't have a lot of teeth. But you know what? This guy is one of the happiest animals on the planet. I don't know how, but that just goes to show. Always try to be happy with what you have. Sounds terrific, guys. Wow. If you're not into clean or edge-of-breakup, no problem. No judgment here. But this thing could probably do right up to the hair metal, 80s metal kind of stuff, 80s rock, and everything down, you know? And you think there are a lot of genres this thing could cover. It's going to cover surf for certain, as you guys heard from the very first strums, it had this lovely thing involved right here. And then if we nuke these and we get so this is sounding pretty nice. Again, surf tones, horrific. Man, super. Yeah, fantastico. So this thing is just, it reminds me a lot of the mixed wave Benson Chimera's Tallbird reverb. It kind of reminds me a little bit of that, a little bit. But this thing also, it's like they really jam a lot into every little corner of, except for the end here. I kind of expected that, like, okay, you've got 6 pedals here because this is doubles as a deuce. You've got 6 pedals here. You've got this monstrous unit that's got the dual, that's lots packed in here, tons packed into this area. Look, this one's full, and then it kind of sort of seems like there should be one more pedal back here. I'm not nitpicking. I'm just saying visually, it kind of took me caught me, blindsided me a little bit, like, oh. There's only 2 pedals here. Wow. However, that being said, 2 very effective pedals that are very good at what they do. I love this studio verb a lot. Really like that studio verb. Flubbing notes like it's my job. There's another song I know. Bop! Do it. Be the first reviewer to put a dimed HM2 on front. Nope. No. We're not going to do that today. I'll be the first reviewer to call. Am I the first reviewer to call out some of the fanboy behavior, though? If that gets to them, they're just going to fucking... I don't care. I really don't give a shit. Because I'm not... The fanboys aren't all bad. Not by any means. I'm not kissing ass either. That would never happen. But the fanboys aren't all bad. They serve a purpose. And I think it's not just Neural either. There are a lot of companies, right? And it's in every industry has fanboys of every like major brand of truck and car. And there's fanboys for everything. Guitars, for example. I'm a Fender fanboy every day of the week, and Ibanez fanboy every day of the week. And I am routinely part of those conversations where like I'm like commenting on like newer models and the features of them and things of that sort. So I get it. I get being very passionate about a company that you like. But I gave you good advice at the very start. If you're one of those Neural fans, I'm not going to say, I'm not going to demean you by calling you a fanboy. And also, there's not necessarily anything wrong with being a fanboy. I just called myself one. So my point here is that if you're not happy with a release, find something else to do instead of filling that time bitching about simply because they didn't release the plugin you wanted personally, or that you and your friend group, or that you and and you and the user group members or whatever. People, if just because they didn't give you the one that you've been begging for and asking for, and they gave you one that you perceive that no one asked for it, sure, maybe no one did ask for it. But the point is, it exists now, and it helps the company that you love access those artists that you want ever so much easier, because it brings more money in, more bodies more eyes, more ears are on this technology, and more big artists are now going to be considering plugins as a realistic side revenue stream. just as they would a set of pickups, just as they would signature guitar picks, signature everything. So my point is here, just because you don't like this release and you're not interested in it, doesn't mean you need to slag it, because if you're really a loyal fan, you're not going to necessarily want to slag. Do you really want to slag the company that you're supposed to be? Is that really being loyal by like completely shit talking a company that you're super loyal to? It's very strange to me. Very strange behavior. So again, also another option is going to another developer, STL Tones, maybe getting Amp Hub. Fire up Amp Hub for 3 months while you wait for your next big release. And if it's not something you like, continue with Amp Hub. You know what I mean? So there are so many developers out there delivering products at the same level or better than Neural DSP. In this case, this is a very, very high quality release. Maybe one of the better releases that I've seen this year. It's phenomenal. It's flawless. There's nothing about this plugin I don't like. There's really isn't. There's nothing. I've been completely positive across the board. There's nothing in this plugin that I don't like at all. At all. Nothing. Not one single small thing that I don't like. And that's really cool because I didn't expect to like this as much as I do. Hold on. What company does the best NAM captures? Just go to the NAM Universal Toolkit, look up those names, and then add names like Tutor, add names like Helgab. Is it Helgab? No, that's the other thing. Helga B, rather. We called him Helgab for the long time. Helga B. And there's so many free. You don't have to pay for anything. So I would say going that route first and to completely before you pay for a single NAM capture, I would go to and try and exhaust Tone 3000 and find out what you really like. However, Strange Angles is, in my opinion, making the highest quality, the most realistic NAM captures right now. It's a very, very solid company. And they're starting to do more and more stuff with like signature artists and everything else, which is also very cool. He does very, very comprehensive and very, very solid. And he's got some really nice selection of amps at Strange Angles. Oracle Sound, Vic Audio stuff. You'd probably like the Oracle Sound Vic Audio. Friday, I'm going to be doing some more stuff on NAM and some paid NAM captures. Going to be showcasing some really great stuff from various NAM capture creators, rather. Oh, this plugin is just breathtaking. This is going to be a real tough one for me not to buy. Let's try that again. I am really liking this plugin, as I've said for like the billionth time. There are no pedals on right now. This is just the spring verb. There are no pedals. I'm gonna go with this just a boost. All right. Yes, you absolutely can. We can do that. I'll send you some immediately after this, my friend. Like I said, we'll figure it out. We'll figure out the right fit. Nice. Eddie, what's up? I didn't know you left. But welcome back. Be the first review. No, we're not going to do the HM2. No, I can't do it. Does it have EQ bands? Boom. And there's some that's off. Sorry, that's on. Sounds really nice. It's perfectly tuned. It's just awesome. Wowzers. Yeah, it's delicious. Turn on some compressor. Compressor. I think though this one will settle in just fine with a lot of the neural DSP folks. I think that they're just gonna. It's just one of those like it's not my thing, and I'm gonna lash out for a minute, but then they're gonna see all their favorite YouTubers shredding the ever living piss out of this thing, and they'll buy in. They will realize how good this thing sounds, and that you in fact cannot go and just casually grab these tones from any other archetype. I would say that you're very easily. How many Archetype plugins do the modern high gain? How many of them? Let's be honest. 10? How many are there? All of them. Almost every single one of them, except for Corey Wong, Tom Morello, and this one here from John Mayer. All of them. Every other Archetype does high gain, modern high gains, modern high gain leads, boosted leads, whatever. Archetype Gojira, that one maybe has some of the best crushing distortion ever. As much as I'm kind of sick of hearing about it for reasons, if you know, you know. Eddie knows. But the funny thing, you know what, Eduardo, is that we were able to just BAM! If you know, you know. It's out of tune again. That's okay. Now it's who asked for this? That's the thing. Neural DSP asked for this. It's their company. They asked for this. Maybe John Mayer asked for it. And if I'm running a company and John fucking Mayer says, hey, how would you guys, or his people would say, hey, we're interested in doing something with you guys. We'd like to talk. I'm going to do that shit every day of the week, man, because I know the attention and the money it's going to bring to my company, which then, as we've said a million times, can be put towards other things. Not to mention how good this sounds, okay? I honestly didn't think that the Misha Mansour plugin sounded good at all. I didn't like it. And that's saying a lot for me because Misha's tone he's got amazing tone. I didn't really like that plugin very much. And so this one is just like a scale up in archetypes for me. This has got something else under the hood that sounds just unlike anything else I've heard from the Archetype series as far as the edge-of-breakup, clean tones, warmth, and response. This is all super good. So if whatever they did here, maybe they learned something new, they did something different, it pushed them to do something that sounded even better. And if they can bring that to the next one, and then the next one is based on whatever your favorite, whomever your favorite artist is, whether it's Sleep Token or, doesn't really matter. You pick your fucking modern metal band that's huge. Pick your YouTuber that's huge. Whatever. Pick that, and then when that person possibly gets a plugin, that's only going to be better. It's going to be better and bigger. Okay. But I think we've provided a lot of counterpoints to this, and I just think it's a strange way of thinking. So come on. There's no reason not to support this plugin. It sounds awesome. That'll be my last message to the masses. What is that? Musta Krakish. Man, that new Archspire song. Can we talk about that again for a second? Can we listen to it just for a second? again, please. You want to know how? I'm not going to say that the one-handed roll is like how they're doing it isn't super hard, but I showed my wife how to do the one-handed roll. And if you've ever, do I have a pen in here or something? And if you've never sat down and, oh, here we go. If you've never sat down and tried to do the one-handed roll, it's literally you're just going like this and like this. It's just bop, 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 bop. And so it ends up being so if it's really fun if you learn how to do the one-handed roll. So I showed her how to do the one-handed roll, and she's actually sitting there. I've shown kids how to do it at work, and I work in education, by the way. And it's actually not too hard to do yourself. So when she was messing around with that, and at that same day, we happened to listen to the new Archspire, and she's like, "Oh my God, it's the one-handed roll!" And so we watched like a drum thing. Kevin Paradis did it, but can we talk about the theory that, not the theory, but is Archspire kind of sounds a lot like Death Clock on steroids and 12 Red Bull and rocket fuel. That's the way I look at it. It's like if you were to go and just go listen to your favorite Death Clock song and somehow speed it up by like 3 times. And does it not sound something like this? What complete madness. Insanity. I also think that now that they have a hookup, I think they're using quad cortex now. I think that now that Archspire has the hookup with the quad cortex, it only makes sense that that neural DSP would take care of their plugin as well. So if they get, I can't see why Archspire, being one of the hottest bands in the entire world, guitar centric bands, being one of the hottest bands out there right now, there's a guarantee, I will bet you 2026 is the year Archspire finally gets a plugin. I have personally, for 2 different developers, made Archspire offers on doing a freaking plugin. And it's come back sort of a little bit mysteriously. So it led me to believe that they're probably already hooked up and working with somebody else, but they didn't really want to say too much, being like, you know what I mean? If you're an artist, it's kind of tricky business, and being like, you don't want to be like, yeah, thanks so much, but we're already working with somebody else. You don't want to say that, because then all of a sudden it's like, it's going to be everywhere, right? So they didn't really go that route, but I just get the feeling that at this point, I would love it if Neural DSP would take care of these guys and deliver an amazing sounding amp sim. That'd be super cool. Dean could use it a lot in his content, I'm sure. They do a lot of content when they used to use the Helix a lot, but I think they probably use quad cortexes in that. Him and his wife do that amazing, super fun content. If you haven't seen Dean Lamb and his wife, Claire, I think her name's Claire. Can't remember her name. Sorry. Miserion. I'll quote her band instead. She has a really sweet band. Anyways, long story long, I really hope that Archspire gets a plugin. Johnny Strange Angles has one fatal flaw: not calibrated captures. Okay. I wish they do Santana. Really? That'd be interesting. 2000 Santana tone. I mean, like, so it's Santana's tone. Say what you like. It's, I mean, whether you're into his playing or not, but his tone's also fantastic. It's one of those plugins if you like crunch tones and lead and bluesy stuff. Yeah. This right here is like, it's like Scuffum S-Gear, but like, arguably, is this hanging with S-Gear? Could it be like a better S-Gear? If you've never used Scuffum S-Gear, you got to get on that. I would strongly advise that for you, Rudy. In fact, Scuffum S-Gear is a fantastic plugin. I think you would really like it. It plays right into the type of stuff that I know you like. Feel like much of a demographic for this plugin spent $150 2 weeks ago, and you a boomer. Yeah, but the thing is, here's one thing about boomers and a lot of these other players of certain demographics and age groups. They have money. They have money. They work jobs, real jobs, not trying to be Twitch stars or YouTubers or stuff like that. They have real jobs, so they have actual money they can spend on those. These people, generally, John Mayer fans will go and spend $400 or $500 on a pedal just because John Mayer said he liked it. You know what I mean? Like, they will not even, they won't even, like, they scoff at $150. That's nothing. So that's, again, we have a demographic that has a little bit more money to spend. It's not the broke student constantly looking for everything for the lowest price possible. They don't care about sales, whereas most AmpSim users rather are on a budget. And that's why we use AmpSims, because we're on a budget, or because it's more convenient. But what I'm saying is, buying two $150 plugins. Speaking of that plugin, the UAD Paradise Guitar Suite, or whatever it's called, that'll be one of the next ones. I think it'll be Saturday we're going to go over that one, because I'm hearing a lot of talk that it's better than this. It's better than Neural DSP. It's better than Neural. Of course, the Universal Audio fans would say that. Of course they would. Cork sniffers. Kunk. You know, the type of people that slosh the wine. As long as I play 3 notes every couple of minutes through talking. Usually what we do is we wind down streams like this, though. So if you're mad about the amount of talking right now, there's nothing I can do about it. This is a really nice sounding plugin, folks. It's fun. It's got a lot. We haven't used the millipede delay just yet, though. Let's try it. That's a nice little slapback, eh? Whoops. All right. So I'm going to give this 10. I'm giving this plugin a 10 out of 10, because I haven't found a single thing I didn't like about it. And that would mean it gets a 10. This is a 10 out of 10 effort from Neural DSP for me. And it only does great things for their company. It only does great things for the future, for whether it be to release, gosh, one more thing. I would also like to say that I think that Neural DSP has catered to their fan base more than any other developer out there. So I would also take that and say that, like, they do listen to you, and maybe you didn't request it, but I still think that Neural DSP takes care of their fans really, really well, while also kind of, treading the waters of into different waters and bringing in new demographics constantly, because that's how they've built their business as big as it is now. They've never catered to one specific demographic, although they do deliver a lot to that demographic, but they still have all the stuff over here that they've done to grow to other demographics, like, for example, blues and, John Mayer's fan base, whereas there's also that jam band, Corey Wong fan base that also probably weren't avid plugin users when they came on board. John Petrucci probably brought in a lot of plugin users that maybe didn't use a lot before. So you think about all these releases and really what they've done to clear the road for some of that support to go towards the Neural DSP fan base. So I also want people to think of it that way as well, please, because this is a big company and they've masterminded their way to the tippy top. But again, as we always like to say, it's no longer just neural DSP at the top of that mountain. There are a lot of developers that have quality to match, or some would say arguably to beat. So that is where we're going to end it for today. I'm going to read through the last couple of. I feel like much of the. How's it going, folks? Welcome back, Bo. I wouldn't go that far. The amps are probably on par. Some of the components are, but the cabs, I would imagine you're saying, the cabs are absolute dog shit. And you had Paradise. So, and you can't bypass the cabs, right? Can you bypass the cab? I don't know. We'll get to that. I'm going to go and do some due diligence on that. And I will talk to you guys. It'll be Friday. Friday, it's my celebration. The start of my holidays, and I'll be here. It's gonna be fun. The missus, she's gonna be here. I don't know how this. She's back. I don't know how this went. I haven't had the chance to give her the standing O yet. So I'm excited. We will be here Friday, 4:30 p.m. Eastern time, and probably Saturday as well. Saturday, and now my Sundays are free, wide open. So you may see occasionally a Saturday morning stream over the holidays, by the way. So you might want to watch for those. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of giveaways through the entire holiday season. It might not be one per stream, but I've talked to a lot of developers that are more than happy to throw some stuff out there for our holiday giveaway. It will not be one per stream like it was during Streammas, where we were just giving. A key supporter is going to be Aurora DSP. Thank you so much, Daniel and Merrick, for their support. Making big moves over there. You're going to hear about them soon. Cheers, everybody. I will see you guys Friday.
Love the best, fuck the rest.